like 20 miles apart.
No, and those guys compete. That don't mean there's not competition. They're competing as hard as possible. They understand that we're positioned too. You know, and it's very important that every guy at our position knows how to play ball.
How would you rate Marcus's pass catching ability as a running back?
Very good. He has very good hands. He can catch out. He can line up outside of the box. He hadn't had a lot of drops, last season. He doesn't drop the ball in practice, so he's done well.
Was that a surprise to you last year, or did you expect that?
Well, back at Burns, he caught a lot of passes, so I saw that he could catch the ball really well. That's a part of his game that's improved the most, I think, since last season.
Coach, Corey Simmons is the guy nobody seems to be talking about at tight end, but what has his transition been like to offense?
Back in the spring, he really did a good job of understanding the offense, and he tried really hard to do things the right way. And he's just continuing on that same plane. He's doing really good the first 3 days of practice, but today's first day in full pass, and we'll see as he goes through. But he's really competing hard.
And the freshman tight end, those two guys, how have they come and work impression been like?
Really good. It's a lot of information. They're taking in a lot of information really fast. The first 3 days of practice, it was a lot of blank stares sometimes, but now they're starting to get more comfortable and starting to realize this is how I need to do this thing for the success of the play. So we're doing well.
Can you talk a little bit, you probably already answered this question, about do you feel a whole lot better about your depth situation in the backfield?
Yes, I do. With the addition of Brandon Wiles and Sean Carson and Kenny's really had a good offseason. He's gotten up to 203 pounds, so you can tell he's stronger, and you can see it in pass protection and the way he's running the ball. So I think we got a lot of depth at the position.
Do you feel like the bowl game, it looked like he was kind of returning to all form in that game when he had to step into play, that momentum will carry over to this year for him?
Yes, and it carried through spring practice. He really competed well. He got a lot of reps in the spring, and he did well with those reps. But you could see it heading in bowl practice as we were preparing. I could see that, and I told him, hey, you're gonna play in that game. So he was ready to go, and he did a good job.
Seems like you got a competition for number 2. Is that accurate?
Yes. We got 3 guys really working hard to step in there, and they're doing a good job. And it's going to be a lot of competition. Today's first day in pads, so we'll get a chance to evaluate these guys in the scrimmages. And I told you, whoever that guy is has to be really consistent, and got to be ready to go. It's got to be like a 1A, 1B kind of situation. So we'll see as we go through.
3 guys are Eric, Kenny, and Sean.
Eric, Kenny, and Sean, and Brandon's in there too, and he's doing both fullback and tailback.
Could Kenny do any fullback? You said yesterday he's up to 200.
I don't think so. The linebackers are 240 pounds, and he's tough. He's tough as they get, but I don't think he's big enough to play that.
Is there a cutoff weight, sort of an unofficial cutoff weight for fullback in your mind? You've got to be 225 or you've got to be 230?
I think you got to be at least 225, and I wouldn't say that that's a cutoff weight, but it's hard to be 215 and play fullback in this league.